is the Incredible.
Hey guys, what is up, and welcome you to another episode of Did You Know, this one featuring Gragas. A quick shout out to one of my sponsors, Buy Skins. The description below contains the link. Check him out. You can also use the code Redmercy to get a discount on any skins you purchase. But without any further ado, let us jump straight into Gragas' abilities. Gragas' passive restores 2% HP over 4 seconds, meaning Ignite will make it only 1%, which can be the difference between living a fight and dying. Spell Shield will block all of Gragas' abilities, other than of course his W. Gragas' barrels will go through walls and turrets. If used exactly on a structure, it will actually stay inside the structure. You can buffer Gragas' Q a bit just before it finishes rolling by simply pressing Q the split second before it reaches its destination. The barrel can lay on the ground for a total of 5 seconds without you proccing the Q once more. And this time begins once the barrel reaches its destination, not from the time that Gragas throws the barrel. Gragas' W must finish the full channel in order to get the bonus AD and the damage reduction, since it is of course a channel type ability. However, with that being said, while channeling his W, Gragas can still cast summoner spells like Ignite. However, items like DFG or anything of the sort do not seem to work. Gragas' body slam speed is 900, when something like Morgana's Q in comparison is 1200. His body slam does have the ability to hit invisible targets, keep this in mind. A neat trick with this ability is to first use your body slam, and then you can use the flash while you're still in animation and go right on top of your target and still deal the damage. Don't forget that his body slam is able to go through many of the walls around the maps except for the extremely thick ones. This can be very useful in terms of getting away or chasing down a target. Also remember that Gragas' ultimate does have 100% AP scaling, making it deal amazing amounts of damage, especially late game once you get a bit of AP. Another interesting thing about his ultimate is that it will give vision of an area that it is thrown into. As I throw it into this bush where the Nocturne is hiding, just as I throw it, you have slight vision of everything inside that bush. Remember, on top of the amazing damage, Gragas' Q reduces auto attack speed and his body slam reduces movement speed. Great synergy between these skills. A cool combo with Gragas can be to first throw down your Q assuming that you miss it, and then ulti your target right into the Q and pop the Q while they're in the air. This one will definitely give you some style points. Alright guys, let us jump into some cool facts and lore about Gragas. Did you know that Gragas was designed by someone named Jeeves, who also made Garen, Kennen, Misfortune, Trundle, Urgot, and Xin. The voiceover for Gragas is the same as the one for Battlecast Prime Cho'Gath, Dr. Mundo, and Scion, all voiced by someone named J.S. Gilbert. Prior to, Gragas had the title of Cask Master, but it may have been changed due to it being way too similar to TF's Card Master. Gragas may be a reference to the Miller from Canterbury's Tales, since they are both drunks that like to tell tales and even kinda look the same. Speaking of tales, let's jump into Gragas' lore. Apparently, Gragas loves drinking more than he does fighting, which is why he is always searching for the next most potent ingredients. One night after drinking everything he can, he still wanted more, which led him to think, why does he not just make the ultimate ale to truly get him drunk? This led him to Freljord, which he found a shard of ice within the Howling Abyss that gave his ale new properties while also keeping it chilled. He went to a town to share his new findings, where he ended up seeing a negotiation happening between tribes. They were discussing an alliance with Ash, and Ash welcomed Gragas' break from the tension. However, the tribes did not and began insulting Gragas. From this, Gragas ended up headbutting them aside, and once they awoke from the knockout, Ash proposed a friendly drink instead of fighting. This turned something that was on the brink of war between tribes into a love of Gragas' brew, and Gragas was hailed a hero. However, he still continued to search for the perfect pint, this time within Runeterra. Looking closely at Oktoberfest Gragas' barrel, it has the words Rangar Bra on it, which of course I probably pronounced incorrectly. However, this translates to Rangar Brew. In the Mac launch video, a barrel of wine can be found which may possibly belong to Gragas. Gragas, when translated from Old Norse, means Grey Goose, which is a vodka spirit that is very popular. Gragas' quote,
"Oh yeah,"
might be a reference to the Kool-Aid Man, especially since both are large characters, always have a beverage, and burst through walls. His quote,
"Dodge this!"
Good reference to The Matrix, where Trinity says that to an agent before killing him. Did you know that Gragas and Nami both have the same quote?
Have a drink!
Have a drink.
In Scuba Gragas, in the back you can see a spatula that is floating around in the water. This may belong to Earth. Hillbilly Gragas of course references to the stereotypes of hillbillies. Santa Gragas refers to, of course, the one and only Santa Claus. In the skin Gragas-esque, the term esque means esquire, which is an unofficial title of respect, having no precise significance, which is used to denote a high but indeterminate social status. Also, in this skin's artwork, you can see on his bottle that it says responsibility, which can refer to the drink responsibly quote that you hear at the end of many alcoholic beverage commercials. In the artwork for Oktoberfest Gragas, you can see in the back Gangplank, Olaf, Ash, and also potentially Demo's glove at the bottom left holding a drink. Apparently, Gragas and Singed are partners, since they made a deal for Singed to mass produce his ale called Graggy Ice within Zon. Did you know that Gragas leased the Avarosa Ice Flow from Freljord after making a deal with Ash and Trinimir for 9,000 years? This references a similar deal Guinness World Records has done before. Alright guys, that unfortunately does mark the end of this episode of Did You Know featuring Gragas. Please do not forget to throw in a like down below if you did enjoy this episode, and also maybe share it with your friends. I also have some pretty big news coming up very soon, so definitely stay tuned for that. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I hope to see you next time. Peace.